What if I told you the first $100,000 is supposed to feel slow, painful, almost pointless? You grind for 3 years, you skip trips, you say no to stupid purchases, you finally open your investment account expecting fireworks, and realize you can barely afford a used Honda Civic. Your portfolio moves like a drunk snail, 1 step forward, 2 sideways, and you start wondering, is this even worth it? Here's the truth nobody tells you. You're not behind. You're in the push phase. The push phase is when 80% of the progress comes from you, your discipline, your savings rate, your consistency. The market? It's barely helping, maybe 20%. That's why the first 5 years feel like financial torture. You're carrying the entire system on your back. Every dollar invested feels heavy. Every setback feels personal. Now, here's the brutal math. On average, reaching your first $100,000 can take 7 to 8 years. Not because you're bad at investing, but because compounding hasn't woken up yet. But something strange happens after that. The second $100,000, it often takes only around 5 years. Why? Because the snowball finally has mass. Your returns start generating returns. The system begins working for you instead of against you. And then there's the crossover point. That magical, slightly unbelievable moment when your portfolio earns more in a year than you do at your job. Imagine checking your investment app and realizing your money made $40,000 while you were sleeping. That's when everything changes psychologically. You stop feeling desperate. You stop chasing shortcuts. You start thinking long-term. But here's the trap. At $600,000, many people sabotage themselves. They upgrade the car, the lifestyle, the ego. Momentum dies quietly. Because wealth building is fragile in the middle stage. You're not rich enough to be careless, but you're rich enough to feel powerful. Dangerous combination. And then comes the final boss, $1.5 million. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Money fixes math problems. It doesn't fix identity problems. If you feel empty at $100,000, you might feel empty at $1.5 million. The number changes. You don't unless you work on yourself. So what's the real lesson? The first $100,000 isn't about becoming rich. It's about becoming the type of person who can handle being rich. Push through the slow years, respect the math, protect your momentum, and remember, the snail eventually becomes a snowball. If this perspective changed the way you see money, hit subscribe and let's build wealth the smart way.